YouTube? Welcome to Upside DIY. So I have this DIY book of the Tarot Revealed. I read some of this, and it's a pretty interesting 78 cards, and there's actually, according to this book, actually 56 of them. Not 52, but 56 are minor, and the majors are 22. But the thing about it is the Mayans referred on their calendar to 13 and 26 day intervals and things and stuff like that, and they actually like went backwards from they could have. There's just a lot of mystery about the occult wisdom. Even in this book, it mentions this type of information was during Egyptian Osiris's time. The tarot is so-called one of the first books from those times and things. But and also like the Library of Alexandria is mentioned, and after it burned, they moved it to the center of knowledge to Fez, somewhere called Fez, F-E-Z. But okay, so now I'm going to just start reading how to set this up. You actually have to pull a wand for a significator, and then you pull a certain wand, cup, sword, or pentacle, according to actually your race and things. So the wand is blonde hair and blue eyes. Wand, light brown hair. So once I read this right here, and hazel eyes, a cup, dark brown hair, light brown hair, dark brown hair, and black hair, and very dark eyes, a pentacle. So the wands actually signifies growth and things. The cup is love and health. The sword is quest and adventure, and the pentacles is pretty much wealth. So you just pull a king for a man. So you actually take the card out. For a woman, a queen. For a young man, a knight. For a youth or child, a page, male or female, a page. So a young man, a knight, and a page. Second step, now place this card in front of you, face upward, is called the significator. And then that's step 2. The third step is to shuffle the cards and make sure some of our shuffle them good, so that some are upside down or reverse. And then as you're shuffling, you're supposed to concentrate on the question he wants answered. This question can be spoken loud to the reader or left unspoken. So the fourth step, after shuffling, asks the subject to cut the pack into 3 piles toward the left with the left hand. So cut into 3 piles. Fifth step, now you, the reader, pick up the deck with your left hand toward the left, always keeping the cards face downward. So yeah. So with my left hand, I cut the deck, and then with their left hand, they would actually start reading. Turn up the top or first card, cover the significator with it, and say, "This covers him." The first card represents the general atmosphere that surrounds the question asked, the influence at work around it. Seventh step, turn up the second card and lay it across the first, saying, "This crosses him." This card lying on his side is always read as right side up, not reversed. So the second card, so let me draw these 2 things down. So there should be 2 cards on top of this. So the first card represents the general atmosphere, and the second one is this cross system. The second card shows what the opposing forces may be for good or evil. 8th step, turn up the third card and place it below the significator, saying this is beneath him. The third card shows the foundation or basis of the matter, something that has already become part of the subject's experience. So there's going to be another card pretty much below. So far there's 2 and 1, 2 cards there. Turn up the fourth card, place it on the left side of the significator, saying this is behind him. So this is below. So the left side is supposed to be pretty much my right side. So this is pretty much third. And this is behind. So yeah, it's interesting that they do have a. Turn up the fourth card, place it on the left side. So the 8th step was turn up the third card and place it below. So that's 8, 9, left side. So it's really tough taking a lot of notes unless you really practice on this stuff. But this is pretty much a good basic tutorial. So the fourth card is below him, or behind. So you got to watch below and behind, because the Sabbath is actually based on the 7 days of creation is actually just 7 points that creates pretty much a 3D. So there's 4, north, west, south, east, and then they had a top and a bottom, and all these pretty much when they cross, they create a certain energy and balance with all these things. So it's real important, you know. So turn up the 5th card, place it directly above the signet. This crowns him. So that's how I kind of wrote it, because 11th, turn the 6th card, place it on the right side, saying this is before him. Above, before. So far you've got 5, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards already there. I really don't know which deck, you know, is this going to pretty much, so I've got to go back and read. So rest of the deck suggests that is very thoroughly. Okay, that was after ask the subject to cut the pack into 3 piles toward the left with the left hand. Now you, the reader, pick up the deck with your left hand towards the left, always keeping the cards face down. Turn up the top or first card. Cover the so it doesn't really say specifically which pile. To cut the pack into 3 piles toward the left with the left hand. Now you pick up the deck with your left hand. So I would actually have to cross over and always keeping the cards face down. The furthest on the left, so the first, so after the shuffle, it's actually just the whole deck and things. But yeah, it's really tough to. There's also other instructions from my other tarot manual, which is pretty much in this cheap, you know, hobby store type of deck. But I needed some tarot cards back then. And they have a small book or manual in that. So, 12th step, the cards are now disposed in form of a cross with the significator covered by the first card and crossed by the second card in the center. Now turn up the next. So the significator is actually whatever age group, and you know, it could be a card Now turn out the next 4 cards in succession and place them in a straight line, one above the other on the right hand side of the cross. See, I wouldn't really have to do that. I would actually just turn them, keep them in the cross formation, and kind of just remember the above, before, behind, and below cards. The second, the 4 cards, the 8th card represents the subject's environment. Third of these cards, the 9th card, represents the subject's own hopes. The last of the cards, the 10th card, tells the outcome of the matter. So yeah, so the 3rd card, you know, depending which way they would have selected it and this and that, you would actually have to cross-reference with the notes and things, which I'm going to keep here. The process is not complete, but should it happen that the last card is of a doubtful nature. See, when I first did one reading, I actually used all of my tarot cards with you know, the main system within, you know, this deck right here. I actually made like a worksheet and I numbered every day and stuff, and that's when I was into numerology. So my a lot of my studying is actually numerology and things. It's kind of embarrassing, you know, but I'm not even really that good at it. I just sit around and think about you know, days and, you know, and numbers, you know, to relax and things. So so the first of these 4 cards, that is to say the 7th card, represents the negative feelings, the fears the subject has on the matter. The second of these 4 cards, the 8th card, represents the subject's environment, the opinions, influence of family and friends. Because this covers card is the first one that you put on the center card, and then the second card is this crosses him. So let's see if like the 8th and 9th card is the opinion, influence of family and friends. The third of these cards, the 9th card, represents subjects on hopes and ideals in the matter. So whatever covers you and crosses you is really important. Last of the cards, the 10th card, tells the outcome of the matter. So yeah, the cumulative result of the influence exerted by the other card should include all that has been divined. The process is not completed, but should it happen that the last card is of a doubtful nature. So yeah, I guess I just don't have that much time. But they have kind of what I just kind of try to take notes and draw. I didn't see this part or anything. So this crowns him. This is before him what he fears, family opinion, his hopes, final outcome. It's really interesting, but I actually but the Celtic method. Oh man, there's just a lot to study for a minute. It you know, it gets a little bit the tree of life method. So there's different ways and methods, and so it's interesting that the first one I actually was thinking about this method, and it kind of showed me. But having these decks like this, I can actually like make 3 separate of the first ones, and that would be more, you know, is my guess, a good comparison, depending on the decks and things and how many there are, and you know how you cut these and these would be like, you know, the past, the present, or the future and things like that. I'm not 100% sure about, you know, the numerology involved. It's a really scary stuff. Don't get too, you know, attached to this type of stuff. You never really know what is, right or wrong and things. So just trying to just clear up just one way of interpreting or laying out the tarot card. This is really tough stuff, but as long as you kind of kind of see it and get a opinion and things, that's good for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.